Hello and welcome to the HMG Digital Spotlight. I'm Hunter Muller, founder and CEO of HMG Strategy. I'm here with Ted Way. Ted is the Vice President and Chief Product Officer at SAP for AI Product Engineering. Ted, great to have you on today's Spotlight. Give us an idea of where we are in this incredible innovation, invention super cycle of AI. AI is not new, but why is it so important now?
Yeah, thanks so much, Hunter. So glad to be here. And today, AI is just accelerating so fast, right? I mean, AI has been around for a long time. I mean, we were doing AI in the 70s, even in the 50s, but ChatGPT just revolutionized everything. And with the ability to interface with computers, right? I think that's what's so exciting. In the past, computers were king. You had to write code, and if you forgot a semicolon, it was your fault, human, not the computers. But with AI and generative AI, now we can interface with computers naturally as humans. And a lot of the latest models for reasoning and agentic AI to accomplish complex workflows, right? This is just continuing that generative AI revolution. And we're just seeing tons of opportunities to solve the most complex business processes on the planet.
Great stuff, Ted. Hey, I'm going to go a little off script here. Our community, the largest independent business technology executive community at HMG Strategy in North America, reaching over 1 million people worldwide with our newsletter and our various media channels. CEOs want to know in the tech platform, what's the AI strategy? And CIOs, CTOs, CISOs, chief AI officers are really struggling getting the right vision and strategy and priorities in place. What's the best way to get started, and what's the best way to engage with the C-suite and the CEO?
Yeah, I think the best way to get started, if we go back to first principles, I think it really should be just on what are those use cases, right? What are the use cases on what are your thousands of employees doing millions of times in a year, and what would create the best ROI, right? Because I think what's ending up happening is people start chasing like the next new shiny thing, right? It's generative AI and it's agentic AI and it's reasoning and it's all of these things. And the more you chase, the more you dabble and the less that will actually get done, right? So I just definitely recommend taking a step back and just understanding, okay, what are we trying to accomplish? What would result in the highest impact and the biggest ROI? And then looking at the technology. And from a strategic perspective, right, I always like to think about things like in this like 2x2 framework in the sense of there's probably two use cases that you could just accomplish really fast, low-hanging fruit, show that value quickly. And there's probably two use cases that will take a little while longer that might require agentic AI, that might require reasoning models, but that would have the huge impact, right? So both slow and fast, low-hanging fruit, and leveraging the latest innovations. I think those are probably just the things. But most importantly, just to remember that there's a ton of embedded AI capabilities, right? Like what we're doing at SAP is we're building so many things within the products that you get out of the box. So leverage all of that in your day-to-day processes, and then figure out how you might want to differentiate with a customized AI.
You know, Ted, we're seeing AI tools coming up everywhere across different platforms. What does it look like when they're orchestrated and working well together?
Yeah, and I think the orchestrated, that's the key word, right? I mean, I think about an orchestra where you have a conductor and you have instrumentalists, and they're all playing in harmony, right? So when they work well together, it's a symphony, and it's something that we're trying to do with agentic AI. So we have Joule. Joule is our AI co-pilot, and Joule is that super orchestrator that knows what agents are available, and each agent knows what tools are available to it to accomplish the task, right? So when you have a difficult problem that comes in and you talk to Joule and you ask it to solve something, then we leverage reasoning capabilities of these large language models to plan, to identify what agents should I invoke, what tools should I use, right? And then they work in harmony to collaborate together, right? And this is aligning to our strategy of basically this AI layer that will be able to orchestrate all of this and have all of the AI work well together. But I do also want to say, without good data, you won't get good AI, right? And so this business data cloud, this next layer is also critically important, right? Just like people should not be chasing the latest and craziest technology, it's very tempting to forget that the modern data estate is the foundational basis for good AI, right? And so we have business data cloud, which is a layer that enables you to consume all of the data that SAP apps are generating, and it enables you to access data that's outside of SAP, right? We have a partnership with Databricks. We leverage delta sharing. That's the ability to bring in data from different sources without having to copy it, because when you copy data, you lose business context, you lose all of your permissions, right? So you can keep data where it is. It's ingested with delta sharing and delta tables, and then you can get insights from that data, right? So I think all of this together, the AI technology with agentic AI at the top layer, the business data at the next layer, all powered by the applications themselves, right? And I think this is how everything should work in a harmonized way.
So, Ted, can you help our viewers through that journey from the data layer all the way through AI implementation?
Yeah, so with that data layer, we have our SAP applications that are generating all of that data. And these apps are generating what we're calling data products, right? You can think of data products as a table with some metadata, an API that allows you to access that data. And we're also creating a harmonized data model, because you can imagine a sales order in S/4HANA and a sales order in Ariba should theoretically be the same, but sometimes they're not. So we have a harmonized data model where they are the same. And now you have a way of accessing all of this data. We also have a discovery layer so that you can discover what kind of data that you have. And ultimately, we're creating insights apps, which are essentially dashboards that can give you out-of-box insights. Now, of course, you can create your own insights apps. You can access this data layer. If you're a Power BI or Tableau, you can actually use that to access the data, or even whatever other capabilities you have, like Databricks or Snowflake or your tool of choice, right? So these are the ways in which we're helping you with the data from the SAP applications so that you could leverage that and train your models or leverage that for your other AI models. And that's how we're helping on that journey.
You know, Ted, SAP has been an amazing company, probably over 50 years strong, right? And you're probably at least in a 50% install base across the world in enterprises running SAP, because the world runs on SAP, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
when you think about kind of the current state to future state, everyone has tech debt. Thinking about this upgrade cycle, how do you help people think through the upgrade cycle and moving to more of an AI-focused business value discussion?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that starts with just that cloud migration. Most of our install base are on-prem, which is totally understandable, right? As, like you mentioned, SAP is a 50-year-old company, and the majority, I think I heard a statistic, like 70% of the world's chocolate, in that process touches an SAP system. And companies use SAP to run their companies, like you mentioned. And a lot of that is on-prem with very, very complex business processes. So the first part of this journey is really getting onto the cloud. I was at Microsoft, as I mentioned, for 15 years, and I saw how Microsoft helped its customers on its digital transformation journey. And now with customers on the cloud, you're able to leverage all of the latest innovations in a super accelerated way, right? The rate of change is just so high now. And in order to keep up, it's really needing to be on the cloud. So that cloud journey is the first part of it, where we are helping customers with various tools. So for example, we're building what we call Joule for Developers. Joule for Developers is a fine-tuned ABAP model. ABAP model, and ABAP is the language of SAP applications. And so imagine something that can help you read through code that was written maybe decades ago, explain what it is, and also help you write modern ABAP code, right? We have that. We also have what we call Joule for Consultants. Joule for Consultants is a product that has passed over 50 SAP certification exams, right? So now you have a digital assistant that has passed 50 SAP certification exams that can help you on that cloud migration journey. And so really it's getting onto the cloud, it's having a modern data estate, and then being able to run the AI on top of that. All of these things need to happen together, right? So that's what I think the focus should be rather than looking at piecemeal pieces of technology.
Great insights. Are there any other real world examples that you're excited about that you want to share with our audience here today?
Yeah, absolutely. And Cirque du Soleil comes to mind. I'm sure many of you have just seen their shows in the past and are just blown away by just how amazing their performers are. And you can imagine there are 4,000 employees. I heard that they take 7,000 trips a year, right? Think about all the places in which they perform and how much they travel, and all the different employees worldwide that they have to manage and want to ensure that are their greatest resource. And what they're doing are using things like SAP success factors to be able to upgrade from their manual processes. And they also use S4HANA for supporting source to pay operations and management of suppliers through SAP Ariba, right? So adopting these embedded AI capabilities, their accounts payable manager said, and I love this quote, we focus more on the control than the process itself, and that reduces my level of stress, right? And so this is where we're really excited when even though some of these, business processes are probably mundane, what you don't think about, but when they're transformed with AI, when you can use that out of the box, it really accelerates the ability for you to do what you really need to do. Another customer is Mod Pizza. Mod Pizza, they use BTP, our business technology platform, right, where they have an aligned data model for real-time insights and just seeing how they can serve their customers better. They have experience management for out-of-box insights. So a lot of cool stories in which these customers have migrated to the cloud and also leverage a lot of these embedded AI capabilities to really help their customers, which is us, and that makes us happy.
Ted, being a true global world-class thought leader in the space of enterprise AI and working for two amazing companies over the past 14 years, any final comments that you want to leave with our audience here to inspire them to really dream, reimagine, reinvent current state, future state, and win in highly innovative, disruptive, and inventive times?
Yeah, like this is a huge disruption, right? This is nothing like the world has seen before. And I think one thing to say is that we're on a real-time conversation in this journey together. I don't think anybody has figured it out, right? And I just want to reassure everybody. I mean, I have a PhD in AI and I do AI every day and I still can't keep up with everything. So one thing is that, hey, we're all trying to figure this out together, right? But I hope that we can come as a trusted partner, one who has experience in AI and to walk alongside you in this journey. And the second part of it is we can truly imagine things and make them a reality that would have been very difficult even 3 to 5 years ago, right? And this is the time to really dream, to, as you said, reimagine the business processes that you have, reimagine the way that things are done. And it's just astounding the tools that are available to make that dream a reality and how fast that it could be done. So I'm really, really excited about the future. I'm really excited about how we can use AI in a way that is responsible, in a way that is beneficial to really revolutionize the way that we do business.
So, Ted, truly, you all at SAP can help your companies, your clients reimagine, reinvent, and dream the new future, the new vision, and help them along that pathway?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Ted, thank you very much for being an industry global world-class thought leader. Thank you to SAP for being a partner of HMG Strategy. And folks, dial in and check out SAP. They really, truly are driving demonstrative value in this AI innovation and revolution.
Thank you so much, Hunter.